Okay, the first thing we need in order to create a circle of fifths is, of course, a circle. And at this point, we're going to treat it as if it's a clock face. Now, this is very convenient because a clock has 12 numbers on it, and there's 12 notes in our chromatic scale. So what I need to do initially is to create the hash marks of the clock face, and I'm going to start at the 12 o'clock position. And in order to ensure evenness of all the positions across, I'm going to go directly on the other side, create my 6 o'clock, and then I'm going to go to my 3 and 9. At this point, then I'm going to put 2 hash marks evenly spaced in each of these positions that are open. And now I have all 12 markings of the clock. And traditionally, how we write the circle of fifths is we start with the letter C at the top position because the key of C has no sharps and no flats. And I'm going to work my way clockwise around the circle initially. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up in perfect fifths as I move around the clock face, and I'm going to use uppercase letters to indicate major keys. So there's 2 ways I can do this. One is I can think what's a perfect fifth up each time, or I can also think what's the 5th note of the C major scale. Either way, I'm going to come to the same answer. So perfect fifth up from C is G, perfect fifth up from G is D, 5th note of the D major scale is A, 5th note of the A major scale is E, 5th note of the E major scale is B, perfect fifth up is F sharp, and another perfect fifth up is C sharp. And at this point, I am using the same letter I started with an accidental on it, which means I have gone as far as I can go in that direction. At this point now, I'm going to move counterclockwise around the clock face, and I'm going to move, instead of up in perfect fifths as we did clockwise, I'm going to move down in perfect fifths as we move counterclockwise. Now, remember that down a perfect fifth is also the same thing as up a perfect fourth, and so whichever way you think about it, it doesn't matter as long as you get to the right letter. But down a perfect fifth from from C is F. Down a perfect fifth is B flat. Down a perfect fifth or up a perfect fourth is E flat. Down a perfect fifth is A flat. Down a perfect fifth is D flat. And at this point we have some overlapping keys, and we'll continue that. Down a perfect fifth is G flat. Down a perfect fifth is C flat. And I've reached the note C, which is the same note I started on with an accidental, so I've gone as far as I can go in that direction. As you can see now, we have 15 major key areas. And at this point, we'll move on to the inside of the circle, and we'll notate all of the relative keys. And the way you can find a relative key is 2 ways. You can either go, if we start on C, for example, 3 half steps down and 2 letters away. So B, B flat, A, and that would give us the A minor. And we'll use lowercase letters to indicate minor keys. You can either think 3 half steps down and 2 letters away, or you can think of the 6th note of the major scale, which is A, and that would be the minor mode attached to that major mode. So either way you come to that is up to you. G goes to E minor. The relative minor of D major is B minor. The relative minor of A major is F sharp minor. The relative minor of E major is C sharp minor. The relative minor of B major is G sharp minor. The relative minor of C flat major is A flat minor. The relative minor of F sharp major is D sharp minor. Relative minor of G flat major is E flat minor. The relative minor of C sharp major is A sharp minor. The relative minor of D flat is B flat minor. The relative minor of A flat major is F minor. The relative minor of E flat major is C minor. The relative minor of B flat major is G minor, and the relative minor of F major is D minor. And so we have here a completely filled out circle of fifths, and as you can see, there are 15 major keys and 15 minor keys, and that's how you fill it out.